As you can see, I'm wearing gray and red and white. Why? Because Ohio State are going to the national championship game. What a performance against Texas. Now, I will say this. I am a Miami Hurricane fan when it comes to college football. But if there's a second team that I'm close, I should say, of being a fan, is Ohio State. I'll root for Ohio State when it comes to games against Michigan, against most teams. So I say that Ohio State is my second favorite team, but it's a large margin between Miami Hurricanes and Ohio State. So, yes, I'm wearing the red tie, the red handkerchief, the gray suit to represent Ohio State. I'm so happy for them. And it's going to be a fantastic national championship game because it's Ohio State and Notre Dame, two programs I respect. And I hope Ohio State wins, but I wouldn't be disappointed if Notre Dame wins. Both teams, they have two head coaches who are a player's coach. You don't see them throw temper tantrums to their players. They're a player's coach. Notre Dame, I feel that after their week two embarrassment to Northern Illinois, it completely humbled that team. They've won 13 in a row. As for Ohio State, they felt embarrassed that they lost to Michigan. And after they lost to Michigan, they got humble and they've been on fire. So both teams have a lot riding on the line here. Ohio State, they haven't won a national title since 2014. As for Notre Dame, they haven't won, I believe, since 1995, something like that. So Notre Dame has the larger drought in terms of national championships. So Notre Dame, they played exceptionally well against Penn State. It was a great game, but Drew Aller made that crucial mistake at the end of the fourth quarter that gave Notre Dame the advantage to go on and kick the game-winning field goal. As for Texas, Jack Sawyer, let's just go here. Jack Sawyer was the defensive MVP player of the game. He stripped the ball from his former roommate, Quinn Ewers, and he ran for an 82-yard fumble return touchdown. That play right there will go down as one of the greatest plays in college football playoff history, and will go down as one of the greatest moments in Ohio State history. And if Ohio State goes to win it all, we're going to look back at this moment, at this game. Jack Sawyer, I feel that he cements himself as a legend at Ohio State, especially with that play. It was a beauty. It was a beauty to watch that. That play right there was the ultimate dagger in the hearts of the Texas Longhorns. Should Arch Manning have given a chance in this game? I would have loved to see that. But the coach is the coach. He makes the decisions. But let's see what happens next season. Looking forward to see Arch Manning next season. But as of right now, it's Ohio State and Notre Dame. This is about them. Very happy for both programs. And I just can't wait for January 20th when these two teams collide in Atlanta for the national title. We had 5 consecutive days of playoff football. We had Notre Dame versus Penn State, Ohio State versus Texas. Yesterday, it was the beginning of the NFL playoffs. We have the AFC wildcard games. San Diego, the Chargers and the Texans, and Steelers versus Ravens. The Houston Texans, they surprised everyone. They stunned the Chargers. They won 32-12. Both teams played good defense. It was a low-scoring game, but everything changed at the end of the third quarter. I feel that Justin Herbert's interception at the end of the third quarter, which resulted a touchdown, a pick six, I feel that was the beginning of the end for the Chargers because they got more messier in the fourth quarter. You had a blocked field goal, you had more interceptions. Justin Herbert threw four interceptions in this game. Justin Herbert, who is a very talented player, one of the top young quarterbacks in the game, he needed to win this game, but it's not all on him. It's not all on him. The offensive lineman didn't do a good job, but we got to give a lot of credit to the Texas defense. Their defense showed up in this game big time. They showed up big time and they pressured, they sacked Herbert. They made him throw four interceptions. They won this game 32 to 12. I feel that the Texas defense is what helped them win this game. We also got to give huge praise to CJ Stroud. Love that kid. Phenomenal quarterback. He already won two playoff games in his first two seasons in the league. He won last year in the wildcard game at home, and he did it again this year. And now let's see what Houston, Texas can do in the divisional round because this is a team that has had a lot of ups and downs this season with injuries and inconsistent play. But I always say this that regular season and postseason are two different seasons. Once the playoffs start, that's it. It's a brand new record. Doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. In the playoffs is a whole different atmosphere. The Ravens, I mean, when you have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, they're too much to handle. Way too much to handle. And Pittsburgh Steelers, it was just too much for them. Way too much for them. The first 12, 13 games of the regular season, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, they were impressive. They were solid. But the last 4 weeks have been just bad. Just bad. And how were they gonna able to change everything up for this game? Again, they couldn't slow down. They couldn't slow down the Ravens. The Ravens, they're the number one running team in the NFL for a reason. When it comes to yards, especially because of what they do with their legs, they're number one for a reason. I knew that by halftime, it was a wrap for the Steelers. They trailed 21 to zip by halftime. George Pickens was a no-show. Russell Wilson struggled. Steelers were able to score 14 in the second half, but this was all the Ravens offense. The Ravens offense was clicking. Their defense showed up as well, but this is mostly about Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, especially Derrick Henry, just being dominant, being his dominant self. The Ravens won this game 28 to 14 as they move on to the divisional round. Today we have three games. We have Packers versus Eagles, which I'm looking forward to. Commanders, no. Redskins, Washington Redskins versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. And we have the Broncos versus Bills. The one that I'm really looking forward to seeing in that out of those three is the Packers versus Eagles. Jordan Love versus Jalen Hurts. Both players, they're not 100%, but they will show up. They will be ready to go. Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, two rookie quarterbacks making their postseason debut. One of them or both of them have a chance that hasn't been done since Mark Sanchez in 2009, and that is win their first playoff game on the road as a rookie. Is either one of them or both of them or none of them. So let's see. Let's see what happens there. Who do I think will win? I think the Eagles will win. I think Tampa will win, and I think the Bills will win. I think the home teams will win this game. As for tomorrow's game, Vikings versus Rams, as you guys know, the game has been moved to Arizona due to the LA wildfires. A lot of prayers, a lot of condolences to everyone in the LA community. For the Vikings and Rams game, this is going to be the game where if Sam Darnold will earn his money, can he show up in this game? I'll say that in this game, I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I feel that they're gonna win a tight game. Yes, the Rams enter the postseason as one of the hottest teams, and things are clicking for them at the right time. But I believe that the Vikings, especially the way they lost to the Detroit Lions in Week 18, I feel that this is gonna prepare them for this game on the road. So those are my picks for this weekend, and let's go with some golf. JJ Spawn, he leads the scoreboard after round three in the Sony Open in Hawaii. He has the score of 65. And then right behind them, you have um, Stephen Jagger, Eric Cole, and Patrick Fishburne. Patrick Fishburne, he had a chance to tie Spawn at the end of round three, but he missed two putts. But I like his confidence. I like how positive he's thinking. And he has a chance to win his first career PGA Tour today in round four, which will be later today. So it's going to be a battle because you have Spawn, you have Fishburne, you have Jagger, Cole, Keegan Bradley. It is going to be a heavy competition today. So I'm looking forward to see round four of the Sony Open. And I can't help but to mention the memory of Grayson Murray, who was the winner of last year's Sony Open. The Sony Open honor him this weekend. Unfortunately, he committed suicide months after winning the event, just 30 years old. His parents were there. It flew to Hawaii, and they will continue to run the Grayson Murray Foundation for mental health and just bring good value, help people that are dealing with mental health illness and other situations that are very serious. But yeah, I just had to mention that. I had to mention that because it's very important. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing about Fishburne. Not only is he looking to win his first PGA Tour win, but he has six top 15 finishes in the last 11 PGA Tour starts. So hopefully he has a good day, round four, and hopefully he wins. Hopefully he wins. Last but not least, this is something that I don't watch anymore, but I have to talk about it because it was a trending topic this week. So WWE Raw, they debuted it on Netflix, but what I really want to talk about is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is one of the most popular superstars that the company has ever had. Before The Rock, before Stone Cold, there was Hulk Hogan. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would see the day where Hulk Hogan would get booed by the crowd throughout an entire segment, like the way he did on Monday. Again, I didn't see the match. I only saw highlights on YouTube because I don't follow wrestling anymore. But I have to talk about Hulk Hogan because Why did he get booed? Could be a variety of reasons. Could it be because of his political views? Could it be because of his past racist comments? I don't know. I highly doubt, in a way, I doubt that it could be about political views because The Undertaker is also a Donald Trump fan, but he didn't get booed. But the difference between Hogan and Undertaker is that Undertaker was a backstage leader, and he never made controversial comments like the way Hogan has in the past. But then again, Hogan, when he appeared in WrestleMania with The Rock and Stone Cold, which was a couple of years ago, he didn't get booed. And he had made those comments, the racist comments, way before that WrestleMania event, way before. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird situation. It's an interesting situation. But if I'm Hogan, I would never appear in a wrestling ring or an event ever again. Not because of what happened, not because of him getting booed, but we also, for those of you who don't know, Hulk Hogan, he got baptized. He lives a Christ life now. So if he wants to continue to serve the Lord, he has to stay away from the world, I should say, from stuff like that. So when I learned about that Hogan appeared in WWE Raw and he got booed in my head, I'm like, but why is Hogan there in the first place? Because he transformed his life. He gave his life to the Lord, and there's proof of that on YouTube. So it was just I was confused and just surprised by the whole situation. But and we also got to take in consideration that California is a liberal state, and the event was in California. So you have that as well. So I don't know. I don't know, but in a way, I felt bad because it's like, wow, it's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was never this booed. I've never recalled Hulk Hogan being this booed. So I don't know. If I'm Hulk Hogan, I just wouldn't show up to no WWE event ever again because again, you have a new life now. If this is who you are, if you are a Christian, if you a man of faith, you've cleansed yourself, you're brand new, born again. You have to stay away from the wrestling business. You just have to. But yeah, a part of me felt like, damn, why did he get booed? But again, it could be a variety of reasons why he got booed. But again, if I'm Hulk Hogan, just stay away from the wrestling business and focus on something else. And that concludes this episode of Sports News Splash at 12. Once again, congratulations to Ohio State. Enjoy some NFL playoffs. Enjoy the round 4 of the Sony Open. It's Sunday, so Sunday is about relaxing. So hope you guys enjoy those today's sporting events. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe and may God bless you all. I'll see you guys next Sunday for a new episode of Sports News Flash at 12.